This time more than ever, you need to understand geopolitics if you want to survive in today's world. Matrix, manipulation, false information are just three words to describe a plenty of vocabulary that could be used to describe today's politicians. I want you to give means to understand what is happening around the world and what many people want you to hide from. I am Thomas Nadon, a young crypto trader and a young student studying geopolitics. And in this channel, we're gonna discuss what is happening in the world. And let me be clear, my channel is apolitical and is not affiliated with any association. On this channel, I'm gonna tell you only the simple truth, what many people, politicians, businessmen, account manager don't want you to know. So, before anything, please subscribe to this channel and ring in the bell. Now that you've done all these things to support me, now let's dig deep into it and let's talk about today's topic. Thank you. In this video, we're going to discuss the Iranian-Israeli crisis that occurred and we've heard throughout the last weeks, last month, and last periods. So, let's dive into it. In this video, I'm going to give you some notions and some important information that are crucial to understand what led to the 12-day war, as many experts call it. So, on June the 13th, Israel launched an operation to destroy every Iranian nuclear facilities. Iranian officials struck immediately back, leading to an escalation which will go down as the 12-day war and which will end by US intervention in the conflict. On January 20th, 2024, Sadegh Omidadzeh, along with four Iranian officials, Ali Azdek, Saeed Karmin, Osei Mamadi, and Mohammad Amin Salmadi were killed during a meeting in a building in the Mezek district in Damascus. So Israel was not hitting and was not striking directly on Iran, because this would have led to the imminent war, which we all saw. But Israel struck basically on Syrian territory. But Syria was not a neutral country. Syria was a key Iranian and Russian ally. Bear it in mind. We've now come to 2024. Happy New Year, everybody's celebrating, but 2024, nobody will know that this will be the year of the turning point here. You know why? Because yes, tensions have been going on between these two states. They basically hate each other. But in 2024, we will see, and we saw, direct exchanges of missiles between these two countries, between Israel and Iran, both on Iranian skies and on Israeli skies. I wrote here some important dates, and I want to share with you. So the first date to bear in mind is April the 1st, 2024, because Israel launched on April the 1st a strikes operation to kill several Iranian officials in an Iranian consulate in Damascus, again Syria. In response to that, Iran seized the Israeli-linked ship MSC Ares and launched a missile attack on the state of Israel. On April the 13th. Israel then carried retaliatory strikes in Iran. Okay. Then we saw the escalation of the conflict, as I said, only a truce because Haniyeh was assassinated, and Iran did want to retaliate on that attack. They didn't want to retaliate because negotiations between Hamas and Israel were taking place. It seemed that we were to the end of the war in Gaza, and Iran promised if the ceasefire negotiations are gonna be successful, so we're not gonna retaliate. But this wasn't the case. Negotiations weren't successful. Negotiations were a total disaster. And not only that, rising tensions between Lebanon militia founded by Iran group Hezbollah and Israel went on, and really this led to a crisis that Iran would not have anymore to and stay there without doing anything, because when Iranian general called Hassan Nasrallah was killed by the Israeli Air Forces by a strike, Iran had to strike back. And on October the 1st, they struck back. And they struck with around 200 ballistic missiles, causing the damage of some Israeli Air Forces. And then on October the 26th, Israel responded by launching 3 waves of missiles against 20 Iranian locations, hitting several Iranian military sites. Including air defense batteries, missile production facilities, and killed 4 Iranian officials. Iran didn't want to retaliate, and so they didn't. And so we finally came to another truce, because it was only a truce. It was only a truce because on June the 13th, from crisis we came to wars. Because around 2 a.m. on June the 13th, 2025, Israel launched direct and surprise attack on Iranian territory, bombing nuclear sites, military facilities, and residential buildings, killing several top Iranian official personnel, scientists, and their families. Toward the evening of June the 13th, Iran responded by launching over 100 ballistic missiles, managing to hit Tel Aviv and Jerusalem. Let's see what are the most important cities in Israel, and causing casualties. The motivation for the start of the Israeli bombing would be allocated to the development of new atomic weapons. Yes, is that we saw missile exchanges, an escalation of that forces, and we were always listening. Are the United States going to intervene in the war? Are we going to see another regime change, as we saw in Libya, as we saw in Iraq, with Saddam and Gaddafi? Yes, the United States stopped. So the US operation was called the Midnight Hammer, and this basically led to the end of the conflict, because on the night of June 22nd, the military operation called Midnight Hammer began, with the United States intervening directly into conflict, carrying airstrikes against Iranian nuclear sites located. So these are the most important: Fordow, Natanz, and Esfahan. On June 14, Iran responded by hit an attack on US bases in Qatar, and then on the same day we also President Trump posting on Truth Social his platform that basically the world have had it, and now let's bring peace, and they agree on a 12 hour ceasefire, which led to the end of the conflict, basically. Now, I don't know what's your political view on this. The most important thing is that we saw an exchange of missiles between 2 regions. And we saw the intervention of a superpower, maybe the strongest superpower ever, which are the United States of America in a conflict. So we saw gas prices skyrocketed, gold price skyrocketed, all these markets down. We saw Bitcoin back to 99,000. So is this something that, if you're an investor, if you're an everyday citizen, this must be concerning you? Because as we saw this, and as we are examining this, and we are seeing that maybe this could be another truce, and maybe we could see a bigger war in the region, and we could see big economic damages to us. Or, if we are playing the right cards, big economic advantages. But this will be up to you. For today, I'm over, but this journey begins now. See you next week.